Israeli officials say that after rising tensions with Iran, Turkey is now being viewed as the next major challenge to Israel's security. For many years, Iran has been described by Israeli leaders as their biggest threat because of its missile program, nuclear activities, and support for armed groups in the region. But officials now say they are paying closer attention to Turkey's growing power and influence in the Middle East. Israel is concerned about Turkey's strong criticism of Israeli military actions and its support for the Palestinian cause. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has repeatedly accused Israel of causing instability in the region and has called for international pressure against it. Israeli officials say there is no direct war with Turkey, but they see Ankara's expanding military strength and regional partnerships as something that could become a serious issue in the future. For now, Iran remains Israel's main security focus. However, the latest comments show that Israeli leaders are thinking beyond Iran and watching Turkey more closely as regional tensions continue to rise.
Yeah, so this war's stepping up, man. It's stepping up at the moment. We're at day 4 now. And listen, I'm just going to put in a little rant now because Israel talking about bringing Turkey into this. They're talking about attacking Turkey in the next few days. I'm like, whoa, I need to go on holiday. What's going on? It looks like that's totally out the window. Yeah. But anyway, look, the situation is getting grim right now. And I'm just going to say this. A win for Israel and America is bad for Europe, right? It's bad for Europe. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. We've already had the Arab Spring. The last war of the Arab Spring was in Syria. A whole migration happened in Europe and has been going on for the past 5 years where migrants have been pushing into Europe from the Middle East and North Africa. And the main country that they're actually trying to get to is the United Kingdom. We've had the issue over there on the borderline with France for a good couple of years. I've actually been to Calais and I've seen the refugees where they're being kept in those camps, stuff like that. I've seen it with my own eyes. So this ain't no cap. The thing is, as I said, it'll be bad for Europe, going back to what I was saying. When the fallout happens, what's been happening for the past 5 years, the migrants have been coming to Europe and the UK. Now, this whole thing's happening with Iran. They're looking to bring Turkey into this. They are bombing Yemen at the moment. A lot of people don't know that Israel's been bombing Yemen for a long time. All the war last year, that's the reason why they're running low on the weaponry at the moment. I don't know why they'd be thinking of taking on someone like Turkey at the moment. They're going to have to use America and probably the allied forces. So I know what's going to happen now because I believe Turkey are part of NATO. So this is all getting a bit strange. Anyway, I'm just saying the fallout when the migrants come and everything. And, if America and Israel win this war, I don't believe they will personally, but if they win this war, they should send all the migrants to America and to Israel. That's where they should go. They shouldn't come to England. They shouldn't come to Europe. Europe does not want the migrants to fall out of this war. It was initiated by the Israelis and then backed by the US, all right? When these guys are running low and they can't, sustain this war, they'll run to Europe. Already England has refused to allow America to use their base. Trump, kind of vetoed it as if he's our prime minister or our president. Now, they used the base in Cyprus to launch an attack onto Iran, and Iran has retaliated by destroying the base on Cyprus. Yes, the UK base has been destroyed on Cyprus. They're keeping it very quiet now. Maybe later on they might release some information on that. So I'm just saying this, look. The migrants, the war was started. They've upset the regime. The people have been displaced. America, you take those migrants to your country. You rehouse those migrants. Israel, you take these, Israel, you take them as well. The people that you've displaced, you house them, feed them, and give them accommodation in your country, not in Europe. That's all I'm saying, And I wish the European people would actually, people of Europe, around Europe, who don't want this conflict, they should be able to speak out about this. I mean, just put it in the comments. let me know your thoughts about this, because I believe after the war, after the fallout, the migrants should be taken to America and to Israel. No other place other than there. I mean, none of them don't want to go, then they can stay where they are. But other than that, you want to be rehoused, it's Israel or America, not Europe.